It's the ultimate YouTube poop. It's all the rage. It's the ultimate. Come on now. Ultimate YouTube poop. Ultimate YouTube poop. Ultimate YouTube poop. Ultimate YouTube poop. What's been on looking for? It's the ultimate YouTube poop. It's what's been looking for. It's what's been search for. It's what's been scouring the internet phone. Sit up close, right by your computer. Lean all into the screen, get ready. Just sit back now. Check 1, check 2, check 1, 2, 3, 4. You've never seen a poop like this before. Have you want some more? You get on that, you watch it all. It's the best thing you've ever seen. You better be sitting down and knock on your ass. It's the ultimate poop. You better get that shit. Yeah, it's the ultimate poop that you ever did see. Now you're gonna have to sit back and enjoy the show, because we're gonna give you some more. It's the ultimate shit that now you ain't never seen shit like this before. It's top of the shit. The ultimate poop just came out. Watch your clothes drive off now. Ultimate poop, it's all going on. Ultimate poop, you better get it now. Ultimate poop, you better watch it. Ultimate poop, did I see a poop there? Ultimate poop, did I see a poop there? Ultimate, that's right. Ultimate, up all night. Ultimate, that's right. Now you're gonna watch ultimate poop. You're gonna watch ultimate poop. Ultimate, that's right. Ultimate, you're up all night. If you're close to that rope on screen, now you're gonna get. It's got a tick. Ultimate, it's the shit. Ultimate. Boom.
Yeah. All right. Welcome back to the Poopcast. This is your host 99V, and my co-host or host equal.
Hello, potential viewer listener. Welcome to the Poopcast.
So look, we're back at it again with another episode. This is some of the early stuff here. We're just starting off, and we want to talk about poop. We'd like to figure out what's going on in the scene. We want to call back to the old days of the poop. We ourselves are 2010, 2009. 2011, 2012 poopers. I myself personally was never really involved in the community that much, so I have a curiosity as to how people perceive their poops now, how they feel about their original poops, what they think about the future. And I'm here with Mullet, and we're just gonna chat. And we just chatted with some poopers today, and it was pretty cool, actually.
Good talk.
And so we're just reaching out to the pooper community. And if you'd like to have a conversation with us old poopers, then you're more than welcome to. Isn't that right?
Yes. We want you to pull up a rocking chair in the old pooper's home and reminisce about how good it was in the good old days.
And tell us how it is now. I mean, what are you up to? What are the new sources? How has it evolved? What are you trying to do to the poop to take it to the next level? These are things that we are really interested in, and we think others are too. So we'd like to provide this space where we can have a little chat, have a little back and forth. We've got some ideas. Like I said, we talk about the old days of poop, talk about the Middle Ages, and talk about where poop is now. Also, there's some spicy details too. Although I was never really in the scene myself much, besides making the art, poop art, I do consider it art, and we'll discuss why. But even though I was never really in the scene, I'm aware of the scene itself, and I think it's very interesting. And we'd like to invite you to contact us, get in touch with us, reach out to us, and tell us your perspective. Tell us, just have a conversation with us, really.
Yeah, and can I just take a moment? Very good points that you made, and very good open invitation for people to maybe contact us and reach out. And I do have to take a quick break for a message from our sponsors. The Sauce Diet, America's #1 leading weight loss plan. The Sauce Diet. You can eat whatever you want as long as it's a sauce. Delicious salad dressings, ketchup, barbecue sauce, hot sauce, soy sauce, Tabasco sauce. Any sauce that you want, all the flavor in the world, and very few of the calories. The Sauce Diet. Eat, drink nothing but sauce for a month.
You know what? Actually, this morning I woke up, I jumped out of bed, and I put my pants on. And I have worn these pants since I was in high school. And when I put them on, they were a little too tight this time. And I tried buttoning up the button, and the button didn't fasten.
Ooh. Well, I'm definitely familiar with that feeling. I mean, as you know, I was up to 700 pounds. And the first 3 heart attacks were a wake-up call. And you see that, you know, I'm not quite where I should be according to the doctor, but I'm getting a lot closer. I'm definitely not 700 pounds. I fit in this chair. I fit in this room. And
I see. So would this diet plan, this sauce diet, as you call it, would this work for me?
It would work for anybody. Sauce cleanses are good for everybody. Cleanse your body, cleanse your soul, and sauce it up. The Sauce Cleanse.
So now, after that brief commercial break, we would like to play a little bit more of this track. This track is a freestyle track. It's also part of the reason why Infinipoop, 9 years ago, shifted away from focusing on poops, actually, because we were recording music. We dropped a number of albums. So I'm going to play this track that we recorded back in 2010. Actually, and this is for the poop scene, and this is about the poop.
Man, you gotta watch it again and again. You gotta see what you never see before. It's poop you never seen before. It's the ultimate poop. There's never been a poop like this. 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 There's never been a poop. Never been a poop like this. There's never been a poop like this. There's never been a poop. There's never been a poop like this. There's never been a poop like that. There's never been a poop. There's never been a poop like this. There's never been a poop. Oh, back. If you reach out the screen and grab you and trust you in, it's the ultimate poop you never seen before. It's the ultimate poop and you want some more. It's the ultimate, gotta sit on top like right now, y'all. All love and it is the ultimate. Now y'all loving it. It's the ultimate, y'all loving it. It's the ultimate, y'all loving it. It's the ultimate shit. Y'all loving it. It's the ultimate shit. Yeah. Ultimate YouTube poop. Ultimate YouTube poop. Ultimate YouTube poop. Go break dance on your head. You break dance just like you're dead. You break dance on your head. It's the ultimate dead. It's the ultimate poop. Yeah, it's the ultimate poop. No, it's the ultimate poop. Huh? It's the ultimate poop. Ultimate poop. I don't even care. The cops gonna come on, knocking in my underwear. It's the ultimate poop. What? It's the ultimate poop. I shit myself. It's the ultimate motherfucking poop. I can't believe they did it. I can't believe they did it. I can't believe they did it, and it's just a re-edit. I can't believe they did it, and it's just a re-edit. How they make a poop like this? How they make a poop so nice? How they make a poop so fine? Where the hell did this come from? I ain't never seen a poop like this before. Where did it come from? It sounds like angel must come down from heaven and give me this poop down. Angel must come down from heaven and give me this poop down. hand. Angels must come down from heaven and end that shit for them. Angels must have come down from heaven. Or the devil came out from hell and came on up and said, I got a poop for you. I've seen some other people's poops and I just don't like them. I'm gonna show you how to poop it right. I'm gonna show you the ultimate poop tonight. And then motherfucker devil came on down and he showed us motherfucker how to do those poops. And he said, boy, let me show you how it's done. Run on the mountain, run, run, run.
Yes.
It's the ultimate poop, that's right, you heard ultimate poop, that's right, you heard it right, you heard it right, you heard it right, we ain't no stuttering, it's the ultimate poop, that's right, it's the ultimate poop, that's right, I just pooped in my pants, it's the ultimate dance, pooped in my pants, now I'm gonna break dance, I'm gonna break dance on my head so much I'm gonna poop my pants. Let me tell you a little secret. Tell you a secret. Okay. I woke up one morning, my computer was on. Okay. There was a file that said ultimate poop. Really? Yeah. What was in it? The ultimate poop. Did you watch it? Yeah. And you're still alive? Barely. Oh man. Can I see it? You can see it in a few weeks. It's ultimate poop, that's right, and if you watch it, you might just die. It's the ultimate poop. It's the ultimate poop. Alright.
And we are back.
Yes.
From that break. And thank you very much for making it this far, honestly. So, yeah, we did cut a couple poop songs back in the day. And that's just one of them. Those are freestyle, so it's not like we actually wrote those lyrics. And, yeah, anyway, you know, whatever came to our heads, that's what we said. And that's how actually all of our music is really like that. It's all freestyle. It's nothing fantastic, but it's just fucking freestyle. You know. I mean, you're not going to hear the best rhymes. You're not going to hear the best, you know, freestyle for that matter. But what you do hear is very fucking unique. You know, I'll give it that.
Yeah. And, you know, to give credit where credit is due, good instrumental quality.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. It's fun. You know, we cut a few albums while Mullet was still pooping. I kind of shifted focus on other things. And we cut a number of albums. As a matter of fact, there's the 2011 Epic EP. We cut 2 anti-Christmas songs or critical of Christmas. They're sort of comedic in nature. Again, freestyle. They're very fun. And we cut a 2012 It's the End of the World album, full feature length release, because that was actually a thing. You know, the Mayan calendar was ending, and yeah, so you know, had to try to record some of the sentiment. You do remember? I mean, we had friends that you know were a little terrified by the prospect.
Yeah.
And we did interviews with them to try to understand their mindset. And of course, we would write, well, we would record a song trying to focus on that. But anyway, so back to the poops, you know, the scene's been going on for what's really, I mean, ever since YouTube's existence almost. Today we chatted with a fellow who is one of the original poopers, I guess you could say, is truly a first wave pooper. He started in 2007, he said.
Yeah, and still going. I admire the commitment.
Yeah, yeah, a future guest. We will drop names later.
Yeah, when he's ready. We want. I gave a small hint right there that I gave gender, but
And still pooping too.
yes. So when he's ready, you know, he can come on. But definite interest and definite interest on our part. Somebody.
Yeah. And actually, he's kind of under the weather right now too. I just want to take it, and I hope he starts feeling better. Found it all stuffed up and was coughing and sneezing as well. So shout outs to him just for spending time with us.
He's got the trots. He's on the sauce cleanse, and he's got the trots.
Yeah. So anyway, oh shit. So so yeah, I mean, do you have any plans of pooping in the future? I think you actually did poop recently. I don't know. You showed me something earlier today. And
that's kind of old though. I think that was from 2015.
Yeah, that was 3 years ago, actually.
Yeah, it's something that I'm not sure how I feel about it in retrospect is where I'm at with it.
No, it was a fine poop. I mean, it was a little I could see that it might be a little controversial, but I think you're safe. It was pretty raw. I mean, some of that sentence mixing that you did was it's in your face. What is it called again? Drop Dead Fred Phelps. Yes,
that's right.
Yes, which is great. It's a fantastic poop. I personally like it. We may go back and re-edit it. I don't know. There's a couple things.
Well, there are a couple things. Aside from the way I felt uncomfortable, because maybe, and it's only 3 or 4 years old, more like 3 years old. That it's just it's a sentence mix drive, and that's something I would say about it mechanically, or want more visual in it. There's not a lot going on with the visuals because I was so focused on getting comprehensible sentence mixing that visually there's not a lot going on. It's not visually appealing.
Oh, don't be so hard on yourself. It was funny.
Well, it was. As audio, it was funny. Although it's nothing but gay jokes for almost a solid 10 minutes of sentence mix gay jokes is really what it boils down to. But it is a highly structured plot poop. I mean, if I do give some credit to myself, it is very highly structured. Like, it has a beginning, middle, and end, and an arc. It is a true plot poop all the way, and easy to understand what's happening and why, kind of, at times.
So we got Christmas coming up, and I'm thinking about the Poopcast and how we organize some of these episodes, and some of the things that we've discussed already is to do special episodes with new poopers, right?
Yeah.
Do special episodes with we'll do different styles too of poopers, and then maybe we can just do poopers from the Middle Ages. We could do original poopers, first wave poopers. And maybe, you chew, for example, maybe we should communicate with some people that weren't doing a lot of pooping, but who were very active in the community. What do you think about that?
It's worth a try. Willing to try whatever.
And then I was thinking maybe what we do is we can do some special episodes with band users. For example, two types I'm thinking of focusing on band users. So we do
Actually, yeah, because talking about the community, it's if somebody wants to get a poop education off this show, that's part of the education. How the community thinks, what goes on in the community, it is part of it.
well, yeah, and that's something that I'd actually like to understand much better. I'm thinking we could do special episodes of poopers who have had their YouTube channels taken down, and discuss with them.
And those are some great, potentially great stories of, because people get really passionate. If they had a YouTube video taken down or restricted and they did the appeals and everything, they have so much passion in their story of, how YouTube has wronged them, and they railed against that system. And, either they get their videos temporarily unblocked, or, their videos get deleted, or whatever happens. Those are good stories, and they should be told, because it happens a lot.
And I'm also thinking what we do is talk to some users who have been permanently banned or suspended from the YouTube community back in the day. As you and I both know right now.
Well, they're all permanently banned now, aren't they?
Well, that's what I was just going to say. The YouTube website and domain is in archive mode. So it's a non-active website at this time. And from how I understand it, the single YouTube website has essentially split into two new websites. And from what I understand, you have the YouTube Poopers website area, and then you have the more the community that was created in the YouTube poop scene, and that they have their own website. Do you remember the names of those websites?
Not offhand, but I can find out fairly quickly.
Okay, so yeah, and this happened just this year, just a month ago or so. What, at the end of September, the beginning of October or so?
Yeah, about the beginning of October.
So it's a recent development, and what's interesting for me is that actually I wanted to go back into YouTube. I thought of logging into my account just
Neon Castle and YTP Mania.
Okay, so YTP Mania and Neon Castle. And so YouTube has broken up into those two sites now. So yeah, I wanted to go back into YouTube. I wanted to do a little snooping around and see what people were talking about, and read about our presence that was on there, and see what was going on. And unfortunately, this archive mode that the site is in is it's difficult to navigate through. If you're looking for particular things, for example, I really wanted to go through the wiki and see things that were in there, and I couldn't can't figure out a way to get into it. It's possible that the website designer is going to re-enable some of the features, but has taken them down right now. But if you still want to go back into the wiki, you can always use the Internet Archive, the Wayback Machine, and you can still go through and navigate everything. Actually, basically a site was saved. A version of the site was saved on the Wayback Machine just a couple months ago. So if you go on there, you can basically get to almost every area on the site before it was taken down, which is very nice to be able to do. For those of you that want to go back and see it in its really in its original state.
Yeah. Look, I was on the forums mainly in hopes of promoting the poops, because there's not a lot of venues to get the word out there, and it's very easy for it. It's frustrating. It seems like a poop has one of two ways it's going to go. It's either going to get buried, like, you know, and I'm talking about YouTube, but pretty much any video host site. It's either going to get buried, or it's going to draw too much attention, and it's going to run into legal trouble. And those seem to be the only two paths, but I'm just being a little skeptical when I say this. But the idea is ignoring the possibility of getting, you know, getting videos pulled. The idea was, you know, where do you go to say I have poops to people who would be interested in watching poops? Because, like, sending a link to a poop channel on Facebook is absolutely ridiculous. So you want, like, your grandma and your boss and, you know, your cousin's sister to watch a poop channel. You know, just where do you go if you want to create awareness of a poop channel? There's nowhere. But there was a place called YouTube. And who else is interested in watching poops? Pretty much only poopers. Or people on YouTube. Right? So that was a big draw for me to YouTube. Was just the possibility of a place to show poops where they're not unfindable, because you put them on YouTube and they're so buried, especially if you tag it with YTP poop and stuff like that. And if you tag it with just the source, it's going to be buried with other videos of the source. If you do a movie, it's going to be with trailers of the movie, reviews of the movie. You know, so where are you going to tell people you got poops? YouTube.
Right, and that was the draw. That there was a place where you can post up, hey guys, just made a poop. You know, what do you think? And even maybe, you know, be a member of the community. Yeah, I saw it as a place where you can let the community know that your poop exists. Is great for that. I didn't really know how to get integrated into the community itself. I just really wanted to make art with you. Yeah. So I just kind of really focused on that side. you know, the creative side. And so after many years of being in existence, after many years of being a successful place where poopers could go to talk with other poopers and get their poops seen and graded.
Yeah, they do get graded. It's funny.
Yeah, that was a thing. Well, I mean, you know, by the time, I mean, what was it, but in 2009, 2010, by the time, like when we started dropping some poops, you know, there was the YouTube Poop news channel, which was pretty fucking hilarious. And that added this kind of hype to the poop scene. And you know, I just feel like the whole fucking poop scene, man, had some magic in it. Like there was really some magic going on there, man. And everybody was just kind of fucking, you know, doing what they wanted to do, man, with the sources, and they were all just like making art and just like there was, I don't know, man. It was just it was cool. You know, and I look back on it because I haven't been into it, and I'm sure that there's still magic there. I'm sure that there's still some hype going on right now, and I'd like to put my finger on it and see what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what this is about. Like, get in contact with us. Um, you know, we have a Discord now. You can see Infinipoop on the Discord channel, which I don't know what the link is, but it's Infinipoop with a hashtag or a pound key, and then something else. I think it was, what was it, 14?
You're right so far, but I don't remember the other two numbers.
Yeah, I can't remember. I want to say 1483, but I don't think.
Wow, you're probably pretty darn close. That sounds right. That sounds like four numbers. Yeah, and you know, if you want to talk about your own poops, which annoyingly or you know, in a good way, but poopers do kind of have like a vanity thing. They like their poops. They want to talk about how they made their poops. They think it's really interesting what sources they used, what editor they used, how they edited it, what made them think of doing it that way. And those are fine things to talk about. Like if you want to, and they're again, in real life, much like the internet, there's not a lot of places to go and just talk about poops out of the clear blue. You can't really, I'd say 99% of the time, you probably don't work at a workplace where water cooler talk can be about poops. It just ain't gonna happen. Unless just really coincidentally you're in an office with like 5 other poopers or a construction site that 5 other poopers work at, which is so unlikely to happen just, you know, statistically and figuratively. It just ain't going to happen. You probably don't have a lot of poopers in your family. You don't have people to talk about poops with. You can talk about poops with us. We'll listen. We'll be your poop psychiatrist.
The Discord is actually Infinipoop at or Infinipoop hashtag 1484. 1484. And you can get in contact with us there. You could get in contact with us with the email. The email address is also, it's infinipoop@gmail.com. And let us know. We'll set something up with you. You don't have to be the only guest. We can line a couple guests up. Possibly do you know, have a whole party have a few poopers in here, and trying to understand why they poop and what's going on. I think this is just my personal opinion. I feel like it's possible that more poopers right now are willing to actually chat with us, show their faces for the first time, and talk about the art and the scene, what got them into it, and why they pooped in the first place. I think probably now more than ever, I think people would be willing to chat about it.
Yeah. Well, you know, for me, it feels, and I guess it's different. It's still an active community, and I'm glad it's an active community. And before I started investigating it recently, I suspected it wouldn't be an active community. But it is, because I kind of thought, okay, this would be a good idea. People want to chat now that, quote unquote, the dust is settled. Like it's over for a lot of people. A lot of people got old, they grew out of it, or they just got into other things, or they're less regular, or whatever. But fortunately, I was wrong. And it's still very active.
For a couple years.
And there's new people coming in, and there's a little burst of music coming through.
Yeah, it's good that people are still doing it. And okay, so I'm gonna put another little ditty on. Let's go to a commercial break. What do you think?
Okay. Which sponsor is it? Is it the we already did the sauce cleanse. Is this San Quentin toilet wine coming up? I know, very unprofessional. I have our spots mixed up.
My favorite wine. When I don't normally drink wine, but when I do.
Yeah, it's like you're getting you know, a very expensive, very high quality wine. Like, you know, an imported, really fancy wine, and you're getting it at like a Manischewitz price or a Boone's Farm price, but this is quality wine.
Damn.
Because they make it in a jail. They take the real California, the good California wine grapes. They get them on a truck, and the prisoners make the wine, and that's how they keep the cost low.
Okay, tell me more.
Well, also, you're contributing to a good cause in a way, depending on how you look at things, because you're helping pay for our justice system. You're helping pay for better amenities at prisons, better rehabilitation. And you're also getting yourself quality Napa Valley quality wine made in a San Quentin jail toilet. And you're getting it just really cheap. The best wine at the cheapest price, doing good in the and I'm drinking it right now. Ah, that's good stuff.
All right, let's take a hard break, and we'll be right back.
But a couple years out, I remember I didn't have a car. I but I might have had a job at the time. Maybe I was getting around at the time. I don't remember though. But it could be. I'll probably have some W stamps if you want to stay. I think that's right. I was worried about that. Alright. All the homies shit, watching everything doing that like it should be. I was watching those bitches walking around the
You know them homies that the ladies get smoked tonight.
talking about a player.
You know them homies that the ladies get smoked tonight.
Because nowadays y'all listening to your iPhone, all that shit, but we didn't have that shit back in the day.
You know them homies that the lazy be grilling a lot of fish.
So ain't no
You know them
free
homies that the lazy be grilling a lot of fish.
Then I stopped. Then I
Homies that the lazy be grilling a lot of fish.
because I didn't want to play. Didn't want to place. But I remember I was working my way to the top. First I thought it up, washing the dishes and mama the mop. Mama the floor, cleaning up all the mistakes. And then I was not playing. I was not playing with it, man. I remember taking out the trash. Do you remember taking out the trash when you were working up there? Or working up all over there? That's how I work my way to the top. Then I was doing it. Yeah, I was cooking up food, man. You were eating it. I was getting so lazy. I was doing that. I was eating that food. I was playing food. I was playing that shit. I was on that ring. I was doing that shit. I was on that ring. I was on that ring. All around that hood. I was so kitty. I was good at look. I was doing it. I was playing that shit. I was in the ring.
Order up, ding dong, ding, order up.
Ding dong, order up, order up, order up, order up. And then I'm looking and I can't even understand it. I say, what the fuck? Ooh, just look at you. Oh, this shit is out. Oh, no one's actual factor. What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't know. Can you help me though? Tell me what the fuck does this shit say?
Order up, please. I got a grilled trout with extra cheese. Can I get a order up? Order up, please. This table's filling up. This table's filling up. I got a bunch of food, yeah. Order up. Order up. Get the food on the table. Order up. Get the food on the table. Order up. Getting hot in here. Order up. Put the fries down here. Order up. Cooking order up. Yeah, what's going on with you?
And we are back. Thank you for listening to that fantastic freestyle from yours truly, 99V and Mullet. That was recorded maybe in 2008, actually. Again, freestyled in it. No, that was 2009, as a matter of fact, because the ODOs were OD over. And, you know, what better way to remember the ODOs before they're over than to recall what was going on back in the day. So anyway, yeah, thank you.
I remember what you said about that, about the freestyle. You were, sounds like a strong word, and I don't mean it strongly, but you were insistent on freestyle because you said you had been doing like tightly rehearsed music before.
Yeah.
Like something where before anybody heard it, you had played it to no one at least 20 times and went over the lyrics at least 20 times. Tightly rehearsed, well refined. And you explained it in a way where you explained how that can get tiring. Like all the repetition in it. The same words, the same song over and over again. Like, let's just do a different song and try to think of some lyrics on the spot, and you know, it'll work or it don't. We'll move on to the next song. And I totally got why you want to do that. You explained yourself very well.
No, you're right. The normally in the band scene, I mean, unless you're in an improv band, which I kind of was for 7 years. I was coming towards the tail end of, like, it wasn't really an improv band, but it felt that way sometimes, because what would happen is with Strange, you would sometimes you'd play the song for the first fucking time on stage, and you know, and that's the song. Hey, you remember that? Hey, you haven't heard this one yet, but just just drop the beat, and then that's it. You're playing a new song. Now that was exciting and cool, but when you're in a band, man, and you end up playing the same music over and over and over again, and especially, yeah, I mean, it all gets completely scripted. I mean, the metal band, that I was in for a number of years, it was really scripted, pretty fucking technical. It was like, okay, we're gonna hit this, we're gonna go to that, we're gonna do this. You've got your lyrics, and we're gonna do this. And we would get together every week. We would practice the sets, and then we'd go out and we'd play songs. And if you're not writing new music and recording new music all the time, it just starts getting old quick, man. And it gets old quicker and less quick for some, and quicker for others. So yeah, the idea behind, let's just freestyle this, here's the beat, let's come up with a concept, and let's just hit the concept and get off of it. And if we do come up with some vocal patterns or something in the freestyle that are really good, like, we'll just go back to it. We'll have a band put the song together or something, and we'll put the lyrics together. But we never did that, though, did we? We've never gone back and re-edited any of these songs. It's all freestyle till this day. And I'll tell you, man, every Christmas I think about cutting a new album, doing at least a new song. I mean, every year. And I do have the music already. The music itself is ready. I've got at least 2 albums ready for Christmas albums. All we got to do is drop the freestyle on it. It's fun. It's fun shit. And maybe what I'll do is, if you don't mind, I will play one more song, and then we'll just get out of here. What do you say?
Yeah. It's really late here as we're recording this.
I really appreciate you doing this with me.
Oh, no problem. It is my pleasure.
No, it really is mine. The pleasure's all mine, man. Thank you. All right, so we'll get out of here. Again, contact us. Our contact information, you can get us at infinipoop@gmail.com. Or what about yours? What's your email? You want to share that, or it doesn't matter? Or get us at Discord. It's Infinipoop pound 1484.
I have a Discord. It's Mullet. I don't remember my number. The 4-digit number, I don't remember it offhand. I'll get it to you later. Or I guess I could look it up right now.
Well, and look, we'll, just reach out to us. We are kind of just wanting to chat with you. And for me, it really is about the art itself. It's about why you make the art. It's about, why you made the art. What it meant to you, what it still means to you, and how you be yourself in the community. Were you ever a part of the community? And stories that you would like to share with us, and I think that's really what we're going for. So if we just have a conversation back and forth. Come on in, hang out. Sometimes we're crazier on here than other times, and we'll just have some fun with you. You know, we're not assholes. We're not gonna try to, you know, fuck with you or anything. It'd be a pleasure to have you, and we hope that you reach out to us and have a great conversation with us. Is there anything you want to?
I'm actually getting a little sleepy right now, and I had something good to say, and it disappeared into the vapor.
You want to freestyle that?
Do I want to? I think maybe I am freestyling that. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, because I have tons of stupid thoughts on tons of stupid things.
Yeah, go ahead. Share something. Talk to somebody who might be on the fence.
Might be on the fence about.
Yeah, about
perhaps
going.
Oh. Okay. I know it sounds kind of weird, but don't be scared. It's okay. And even if you're shy about showing your face, I mean, we definitely want your voice, but you can put like an image up or something and use that. And I think it's gotten to the point, you know, there are new poopers who are teenagers, and that's good too. But for a lot of us, you know, we're grown up. We're adults now. And you know, it's more chill. Like, you know, when you first get into it, there's a lot of mystique, especially when I get into it, because there was like a poop news guy, and he seemed like official, like he had some kind of authority. And he didn't really. I mean, he was a big influence on the community. And, you know, it's more credit to him because he created this paper infrastructure. Like he was part of the infrastructure of fucking poop, you know. But don't get intimidated by titles or think like, you know, that, you know, 99V or me or are on a higher level than you, or you're on a higher level than us. Like that stuff doesn't matter. We're just people. We're just humans that like to use our computers to edit videos to make them silly. And that's all it's all about.
Yeah. So if you are on the fence about showing your face or just you know, getting in contact with us, don't be. It'll be all right. We don't bite. We won't criticize you as well. We may not praise you. We may praise you. But in general, we'll just try to talk about the poop. Try to talk about you, and just keep it rolling and shit. So, man, that was a really heartfelt thing you just said. I can't even, you know, follow up. I don't even know how to follow that up. So I'm just gonna say, yeah, I'm just gonna say thank you, Mullet, for being on here. I hope you have a good Thanksgiving tomorrow. I hope everybody does, and we're out.
Sorry about any problem. It was acting squirrely.
For a couple of years out. I need you to see it. Check my YouTube. Check it. I need you to see it. Check my Instagram. I need you to see it. Check my Snapchat. I need you Yeah. Yeah. Check. Yeah. Check. Yeah. I need you to see my Facebook. I need you to know how I feel. I need you to check my Instagram. I need you to see what I eat. What I eat. I need you. I need you to see what I need. I need you. I need you to see where I am. I need you to like me. I need you to like me. Yeah. I just now logged in. I'm about to update my status. I didn't change my relationship. It's not that serious. I just put up a new post. How many people, how many friends just liked it? How many people, how many friends? I need you. 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 Check it. Did you see my Facebook? Did you see my Instagram? Did you see my... Did you see my friends? Are you my friend? Check it out. Are you my friend? Are you my friend? Are you a friend? Are you my 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 friend?